What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be unboxing the HGUC Gundam N01 Tristan, and yeah, this is the kit that is being heralded by many as a complete piece of garbage, and my mission is to prove to you guys that there is no such thing as a garbage kit, because you can always just work on it more and just make it into something that's good. So I don't think that's going to be all that hard with this kit, and that's what I want to share with you guys, because I think this kit so far has gotten a very bad rap. And I'll admit, it is based on a very old kit, the Alex, and there's only I think only one runner from the Alex in here, so it's really not all that much. But the bad point is that it's like the important parts, like the joints, if you're interested in articulation. The kit overall, though, I will have to agree that it's just not really the best looking kit. I mean, even all the new parts, they're just, the proportions aren't great, and the details aren't great, and it just doesn't really kind of live up to the standards that we're used to for HG kits now. So I get what people are saying about the kit, about it being very disappointing. I totally agree with that, but it doesn't mean that the kit is totally worthless. So that's kind of the point that I would like to make about this kit. And of course, I haven't built it yet, so that could my mind could change. But I've seen plenty of stuff about it already, and I did watch the first episode of Twilight Axis, and what is kind of all I can really say about that. What was there was cool. I mean, visually, it looks really nice. The animation is really beautiful. But I don't really know what else I can really say about it at this point. So I guess the best thing I would probably say for recommending for you guys to do, and probably what I'll do from now on, is just wait till it's done and then just watch it all at one go. I think that'll probably make the most sense. So anyway, let's get into it. As always, or not as always, it's actually the first kit that I'm unboxing from my friends, my sponsors there at USA Gundam Store. So yeah, big shout out to them. If you guys are in the US, I was about to say Australia, I gotta change up my vocabulary here. If you guys are in the US, check them out. I know a lot of you guys already do, so support them. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius 10 to save 10%. So yeah, why not? This is the 205 in the HGUC line. Not gonna see many kits with that Twilight Axis logo on there, so yeah. Alright, so here we have on the side just a picture of the kit standing there, painted up, not looking near as intimidating as it did in the anime, especially with those safety flags on there. Why they don't cut those off for these photos, I'm not really too sure. I guess it's accurate to what the model is going to look like, but it's not accurate to what the kit is supposed to look like, or the mobile suit, I should say. Nice and pointy, nice and ugly. That's the difference there. A lot of people were complaining about the chest vents not being correct as well. I don't know. They look correct to me. I mean, that's the artwork. I mean, in the anime, they looked like that, didn't they? I have to go back and watch the 2 minutes of animations we had again, but yeah, they look right, or they look fine to me, I don't know. Anyway, so it does come with just your standard stuff for a Gundam, a shield, 2 beam sabers, and a beam rifle. The beam rifle looks very familiar. It looks very similar to the new Gundam, I think. The shield looks very similar to something from Age, which I'm not that into. Some things from Age look fine, but that particular shield design is not really appealing to me at all. So there's a little bit about the animation itself, which was originally a novel. 1,500 yen for the price of this, so I think that's not outrageous for an HG, but considering that this is an HG that a lot of people are hearing that it is bad, I think that's probably an amount that most people are not going to be willing to spend on this kit, just as it is. So anyway, here we have the polycap runner and the runner from the Alex. Can already tell that they're a very small sticker sheet though, so that's nice. Those who complain about stickers don't have much to complain about in this case, it looks like. So here is some other new parts there. Just a small little runner, probably B2 and C2. Yeah, it looks like there. And then B1 and C1 for the rest of all of our new parts here. So going to be very simple, very reminiscent of an old school style HG kit. So here we have the HGUC standard type manual. Nice big reference photo there, painted up kit. Here we have showing all of that stuff. It comes with the beam rifle, beam saber, Vulcan gun, Gatling gun, shield, Luna titanium alloy for this guy. Here is what that is going to look like. All those poses, all the same kind of stuff we saw on the outside of the box. More stuff about the story, you can check that out. This little story blurb might be more comprehensive than that 3 minutes of animation, I suppose, if you haven't read the novel. I haven't read the novel, and probably won't, but I've heard that it's quite interesting. So There's the colors, pretty much standard Gundam colors though, so that's kind of boring. I'll surely paint it in different colors for mine. More story stuff there. I'm sure this is all on the Gundam Wiki, so won't really bother you too much with that. You can pause the video, maybe zoom in. I know that's still kind of small. My camera zoom, or my camera focus, is only so close. So there's just a whole bunch about all the weapons and everything. So that stuff is cool to give it a read. Usually when I'm snapping the kit, I'll kind of look through that and read through the stuff in the manual. That's when I tend to do that. So here we have all of the parts, and as you can see, like half of the A runner we're not going to use, including the beam rifle of the Alex, which I really quite like actually, so I'll probably use that, and probably just not use the rifle included with this for my own personal build of this. For the review, of course, I'll show you guys any and all of that stuff. So we have the torso first, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. That's not too low for a high grade. That's relatively average for a high grade. And then we have the head, and then the forearms, and then the rest of the arms. Kind of weird how they have that separated. Then onto the backpack, which is a very kind of similar to like the Gundam Mark II, but looking just a little bit different. And then the kind of finishing up with the shoulder armor, just sandwiched shoulder armor there. So this is what I mean, like those are new parts, but still it's going together like an old HG. I can understand people's frustration with that, but just a little bit of seam line removal, not too much to that. Then we have the waist, the feet, the legs, the finishing up the lower body, and then the Gundam is done. We can go onto our color page here where we got the rifle. There's going to be 1, 2, 3 parts for that, sandwiched body, and then 1 part for the barrel. It actually looks quite nice. It's not color accurate, of course, but masking tape. Yeah, that should do you. And then here we have the shield, 1, 2, 3, 4 parts for that. That's pretty to be expected. And then all of that. One thing that I actually kind of find a little bit disappointing about this is when the beam saber is actually in use, then that beam saber kind of hilt there is looking kind of ugly, just with that empty space and a peg sticking out. So that's one thing I'll probably want to fix on mine as well, just filling that in with some putty or plot plate or something. So we'll talk about that in a future episode. Let's get to the runners. Alright, so here is that foil sticker sheet, and again, relatively small foil sticker sheet, so can't really complain too much about that. Just cameras, eyes, a couple little black lines, that's nothing. And then so it's basically just these here, one little blue one and one little gray that are just missing color apps. That gray one, I'm just guessing because I don't actually know at the moment, but that looks like probably goes like somewhere around the collar, and then this blue one as well probably goes somewhere on the chest or the waist armor, I would imagine. SB13 for our standard clear pink beam saber effect parts. And then PC123 for our polycaps for this kit in standard gray. So here we have runner A, and this is the runner that is from the original Alex kit from 2004, so going way back. We're only going to be using, again, only like half of this runner, so really not all that much. We have some leftover parts, including this really awesome rifle design. Love that. It's very kind of like realistic, sort of like militaristic looking rifle, so I like that quite a bit. We're also going to have some other extra parts here, including like the parts for like the Vulcans inside the forearms of the Alex. So those will be great for like doing your own kit bashing, custom work, and things like that later. So yeah, this runner is from 2004, so it's going to be dated a little bit. Then here we got runner B1. It is our 4-color multi-runner. Well, the A runner was also 3-colored. We had that gray, red, and yellow. This one is where we have all the blue parts. Blue is looking very that standard like old type blue that these are just really ugly plastic colors. So out of the box, I think this kit, just in terms of the colors, is not going to look good. I'll give it that. That's, I mean, unless you really like those colors, but personally I don't. So we have some new yellow parts here, red parts there, and some gray parts there for the backpack. And then we do also have runner B2, which is just a copy of this section of the runner here. And then we got runner C, and this is all of our new white parts. So parts for the weapons, then other parts for the armor, legs, arms, things like that. And then we have runner C2 as well, which is a copy of this section of the runner here. So that is it for the unboxing. For 1,500 yen, I gotta say that does feel like a lot, considering that one of the runners is old, and then 2 of the runners are new, and those 2 runners really just don't feel like Bandai really put a whole lot of time and effort into, so I can't imagine that cost is going into like the production of the kit. And then compare that to like the Lupus or like any version of the Barbatos, or pretty much any of the HG Iron Blood Orphans kits, which were very unique, had a lot of detail and a lot of engineering into them, and had pretty much the same amount of plastic in there. Like 3 runners is about the same as what you would get from like a standard HG Iron Blood Orphans kit, and those were all around either 1,000, 1,200, or 1,400. The fact that this is 1,500, I will say right off the bat, it definitely feels overpriced for what it is. But like I said, if you're a fan of the design, that's just kind of the decision that's going to be up to you. We'll take a look at this kit in the review coming up next. We'll see how good or bad it may be, and then we'll talk about how to make it better. So hopefully that'll be helpful for you guys. Thanks for watching this unboxing. Have a good day, guys, and see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.